That means I gotta go out and come back in again. I push one thing, and on my end, the whole thing turned. So let me see what's happening here. Good evening, everybody. Did I turn upside down? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. We're good. Come on in. It's Friday. I'm redoing this from earlier today because the reception was not good. And I was like, oh no, I'm all choppy. No wonder you had two views. I'm chopping up. I'm getting blurry and over it. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. But anyway, I want to give you some good prompts to start your weekend, all your weekends actually. I'm gonna give you some good prompts. This one is going to be titled "Take a Breath." Take a breath. I need to get this gum out my mouth because I need to get this gum out my mouth. How you guys are doing? Wait for some of you to come on in. Come on in the room. Come on. Maybe if I start singing, somebody think I'm getting ready to sing. In the room. Jesus is, that might have been flat. Jesus is my doctor. What they said? He writes out all, like a country lady, old lady, all of my prescriptions. He gives me all of my medicine in the room. Okay. You know we got to do the extra with the extra. I'm going to leave these prompts here. I pray somebody pick them up between tonight, Saturday, just so you can get in the right mind frame with intention, setting the precedents, how you want to command your spirit, command your mind, command your heart posture, command your day, everything, how you want to be in the world, in your relationships, in your environment, and how you want others to treat you. But today is really focused on treating yourself. You can say it's a self-compassion intervention. So just say right now, you are my clients. You are my clients. And I'm going to give you some prompts to help you take the load off, right? And I know some of you work on the weekends. I get it, but you still can have a posture and a mindset to practice some form of self-care, right? On the weekend, letting stuff go, right? Not carrying so many things because we carry so many things. And if you do have a busy week and the weekend, which is only really 2 days, to just do you, but then do all of the other things, it feels like a work weekend, right? It don't feel like you're really taking a break from anything. So let's talk about a Friday reset, Friday inspiration. Some of you who are new here, I used to do Monday inspirations all the time, like once a month. I'm going to get back to that. I still have some up there. And I think the last one I did was maybe just 2 months ago. But yeah, so we talking about some Friday inspiration. Here are some prompts, guys. Number one, let it go. Whatever you're carrying from this week that you need to release as you get into the weekend, let it go. There's different ways to do that. You can create a mindset of thinking, let me do something else instead. Let me break up the monotony, the routine things, and do something different. That's one way of letting something go that you've been carrying throughout the week. Sometimes it's hard, depending on where you work, what kind of work you do, or what kind of business you have. But you have to, again, you have to be intentional about it and say, I'm going to set some time aside to not think about my work, my clients, my customers, whatever. If there's anybody you serve. If you are a ministry leader, you still have to practice some form of self-care. So you're going to have to say, I'm praying for everybody. Right now, I'm just going to go before the Lord for myself. Or I'm just going to relax, right? You prayed. You did all the spiritual disciplines. Now you're going to take out some time for yourself because God needs you to be okay, okay? So let that stuff go. Let go of the guilt. Sometimes there's guilt we're holding from something that we've done or somebody, whatever, and we blame ourselves. Whatever that guilt is, resentment is, you're letting that go as well. Unfinished task, you're letting that go for them. And when I say let go, it may be something you have to actually do, but for a moment, you're letting that go. You're learning how to compartmentalize and put it to the side and say, right now, I'm going to check out of that and check into me. That's what you're doing. If you watch my other full video, I did something about checking in with yourself, finding out what's the underlying causes of a lot of your experience, your traumatic experiences or your responses or your reaction to things. Like, where is this stemming from? Like, really going in. And I talked about the inner child. So look at the last video I did last week when I talked about addressing the inner child. Because if that inner child is still not heal, and if there's an unmet need, then you're going to see childlike behaviors manifest. And so that's why we got to address all this inward stuff, because it's definitely going to come out some kind of way, and you're definitely going to have some kind of impact on others, whether it's negative or positive. So let go of guilt, let go of resentment, let go of unfinished tasks. You can get back to it. That's why we have a calendar, or you can create a list to do. Do that. It's important. Those things, we have those things for a reason, right? Set a reminder. Rest is wisdom. Resting is wisdom, not laziness. Resting is wisdom, because when you rest, you take a break. You take a breath. You relax your mind, hopefully, right? So you can get wisdom. Maybe you need to process some things. You have to take a moment to even process things instead of keep going and going and going and going, okay? Number 2 prompt, reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. Where did you show up stronger than you give yourself credit for this week? There's something you may have done and you didn't give yourself enough credit. Now we're talking about some self-compassion. Why are you dismissing whatever that thing is you did? Why you devalue it? Sometimes you're doing it. Nobody else is doing it. And you know what? If you devalue it, other people will too. Because if you don't see what you've done have significance and it means something, and you added value somewhere or to someone in some place, and you may be dismissing it maybe because in your past, you were devalued by other people. And so now you have created a narrative that says, well, whatever I say, nobody listens to me anyway, or it's probably not of value or probably don't make sense. So you dismiss your own self. When you do that, you treat other people to treat you the same way. So be mindful that you're doing that. Okay? So this is about reclaiming your power back. Empowerment. Reflect on small victories. Boundaries honored. So honor your boundaries, right? Respect yourself. Self-prioritize. Again, the way you treat yourself, people will follow. Have the tough conversations that's needed. This is what maybe it could be a professional one, something that needs to be had because maybe you're carrying something that you need to release. And it may be taken care of in a conversation that you need to have with somebody at work, somebody in your ministry, somebody at church, somebody in your family, friend, associate, neighbor, and it's really bothering you and eating you up. Maybe you need to make a decision. You know what? In order for me to let that go, I'm going to have this conversation. One of the best things to do is have the conversation with yourself first. Do behavioral rehearsal. So you're practicing how you're going to say what you're going to say. And you're also practicing the tone and the intent and the approach because you want it to be, I would say, constructive and productive, right? And you're considering the other person's feelings. So you're going to throw in some preparatory empathy. You're going to think ahead about how that person may be feeling, and that will govern how your approach is going to be with the person, right? And all of your get an understanding. That's what the word says. And so if you need to do that, right? Set those boundaries. Maybe you need to have a conversation about boundaries. I don't know. Tough conversations. And this also help give you some resilience. Very important. Maybe you not only having that conversation, but we're talking about Identifying your own value, identifying your core values. What makes you you? You may be resilient and don't know it. But again, if you dismiss it, other people will too. All right? Okay, so let's talk about faith tide. There's something you can say. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. This is the whole reclaiming your power. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Third prompt, step forward onto purpose. You know I'm about purpose because you know I'm a certified life purpose coach. And you know what I do, right? For those of you who don't know, I help you break through barriers and propel into your purpose. That's what I help you do in a nutshell. Barriers could be anything. We're breaking barriers right now because you're going to do something different. You're reclaiming your power back, right? You're taking control. You're setting healthy boundaries because you need to prioritize yourself. You need to practice some self-care. Okay? Prompt number 3, step forward onto purpose. What is one intentional thing you will do this weekend that supports the life you are rebuilding or resetting? Or maybe you're in a season of pivoting. Maybe you're in a season of shifting, renewing, transitioning. What's that one thing you're going to do? You're going to be intentional about doing so you can actually take action and do that thing. You got to pivot. Like, think about how if I don't do this, I won't be able to pivot. If I don't do this, I'm not going to be able to renew anything. I'm not going to break any poor habits. I'm just not. So what is that one intentional thing you can do this weekend? And it can set the precedence for the following week that's to come. You're being mindful. You're thinking way ahead of the game, okay? All right. So you can maybe create some plans around things. Maybe you can plan something. Maybe you could just play. Have fun. Break up the monotony, like I said. That's self-care. Maybe you need to do that. Maybe it's prayer. Maybe, you know what, God, I'm going to take this weekend out and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I'm going to spend a little more time. And I'm just saying that you can take big time, whatever you want. I'm just saying maybe that's something that's big for you because it's something you are not doing or not doing enough of. So that can be a way for you to step forward in your purpose. And then maybe there's an answer that you're looking for, and it's only going to come through prayer. I'm just saying, okay? So maybe it's journaling. Maybe you need to write down your thoughts. This is part of your processing. Maybe there are some things on your mind and in your heart, and you need to journal and write them down. Sometimes writing things down help you to figure things out, help bring clarity to you. And you just need to go through this thought process of releasing. You'd be surprised on how therapeutic journaling is, okay? Very important thing that you can do. A lot of people find it very helpful is journaling. Resting. I mean like being intentional about resting. And resting could be sleep, but can also be let's rest the nerves. Let's rest the body. Let's just chill out on the couch and put your feet up. Put your feet up on the ottoman. I'm talking about things I do. But you being intentional about it. I'm going to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to sit right here and do nothing. Because maybe for you, that's something new and you're not doing enough of it. So resting intentionally, you're taking actions, right, towards your bigger goals. Prompt number 4, gratitude reset. Let's do a gratitude reset. One way to do a gratitude reset is to practice altruism, however you want to pronounce it. That is doing something for somebody else. That is serving other people. What happens is when you serve other people, you take a lot of your attention away from your own things, your own stuff, and you are helping somebody else feel good or be good, whatever that looks like, and you forget about your stuff, right? You're really becoming, you're connecting with somebody else and you're attuned to someone else's situation or just them, period. And that feels good. And it gives you gratitude knowing that you're making somebody else feel good. You get gratitude knowing that you're doing something positive for somebody else. and you're not stuck in you. Sometimes you have to break up things to get out of that stuck mode, right? Like that mindset stuck. Like, oh my God, I gotta do. Just take a moment. Can be 20 minutes. It can be 30 minutes. It can be an hour. It can be a day. It can be a weekend. You know your own schedule. You know everything that's on your plate. What I'm saying is make it happen. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. So I encourage the journaling already. So that's good for also gratitude reset. Um, what else? Let me give you a scripture. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 talks about giving thanks in all circumstances. So maybe this weekend you're going to just be thankful about things. You're going to have a spirit of thanksgiving and you're just going to be thankful. That's great. This is all gratitude, right? Again, this is breaking up something. This may be breaking up a mindset of worrying. And so maybe you need to reframe that and replace it with praise, replace it with a heart of thanksgiving. I'm just going to be thankful this weekend. I'm just going to serve and help somebody else this weekend. See how things you shifting, you moving things around, you doing something different, you're being intentional. Blessings come out of that, I'm telling you. Let's do prompt number 5. I have reflecting on growth. Reflecting on growth. What lesson did this week teach you that you can carry forward? Just look for the lessons, okay? What lesson did you teach? What lesson did you learn this week actually that can carry you forward? Think about that. Even if it's not now, I want you to think about that. You may need to write that down. You can journal all of this and reflect and meditate on it, okay? I'm encouraging you to do something, maybe learning something, maybe a book you needed to get to and you need to read. And you can say, I got to read this book. Maybe this is the weekend to start. One chapter at a time, one page at a time, okay? So let's get back to reflecting on growth. Because I mentioned that because when you read, it helps you to grow. You learn a lot of things. You become more, what can I say? It expands your vocabulary. It expands your knowledge. It helps you to think more critically about things when you read. And then you become more interesting in conversations. So it don't have to be a book. It can be a digital book. It could be a paperback book. It can be online. Something, maybe some research on something. Maybe something you said, I'm going to do some research on that one day. Maybe this is the weekend to get to it. Jump, jump, jump to it. All right. So maybe you could put your focus on growing and learning and not perfection. Because some of you get stuck in having a perfectionist spirit. What is it called? It's not a perfectionist spirit. It's something else. It left my mind. But you're that person. If it's not perfect, you won't do it at all. And you'll stay stuck. When other people see the imperfections and they do it because they have a mindset that says, I'm teachable, I'll learn from the mistakes, because guess what? I'm being intentional and I'm doing it regardless. So you're open to learning and growing. But if you're not, and you're a perfectionist, that's what I was looking for. You can't grow and learn being a perfectionist. You think you can, but you really can't. You really stay stuck, okay? So here's another principle I want to tie to this. God is using your trials to shape your character. Like I said, right? Because you grow. Your character grows. You develop in a lot of different ways, mentally, spiritually. He's developing you. But a lot of our lessons come through trials. Even the Bible tells us it's through the trials that we learn. So, but your mindset is like, you know what? I'm going to do this because I know I'm supposed to do this. And even if it's not perfect, I'm going to learn something and I'm going to see the lesson in it. Let's talk about prompt number 6. Your weekend vision. Get a weekend vision. Envision what your weekend is. Some of you do that already, but maybe just need to change your vision and throw some new stuff up in there. So if your weekend could feel exactly how you wanted to, what would you do differently? If your weekend could feel exactly the way you wanted to, what would you do differently to make it happen? Think about that. Sometimes situations and doors and opportunities are waiting for you to show up, waiting for you to make the phone call, waiting for you to make the connection, waiting for you to step out and do something different. All right. So what do we get out of this? Because I'm going to come back on and do something else. And I got another thing, but I wanted to separate this. So these are your weekend prompts that I'm giving you. Friday inspiration, Friday takeaway, okay? Friday resets. And remember, you're being mindful. So you're resetting yourself for the next week, okay? I think I want to do, is that it? I think that was actually it for this. I just want to make sure, I just wanted to do it over than early because I was just so disappointed. It was lunchtime, it was sunny, and oh, I had my shades on. Just thought I was cute. It's okay. It is okay. Let's see. Mm, just remember all of the prompts and share this with somebody. How about that? Because I want to come on and talk about something else. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I pray that you have a blessed weekend. You be intentional this weekend. You take out the opportunity to reset for the next week. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. Okay? We're doing this together. We in this thing together. If you are new here to the Get Your Life Back Tribe, I would submit that you become a member. When I do have a membership, but I'm not talking about that per se. But if you want to be a member of the channel, you can to support the channel. I'm talking about be part of the Get Your Life Back Tribe, where you can get notifications every time I upload a video or something, or go live. I'm starting to go live more, as some of you who follow me will see that. And to you, I'm new. So my name is Cheryl Howard. I'm a certified life purpose coach. I am a certified mental health professional. I am a pastoral counselor. I'm also clergy and a couple of things. And by day, I work as a mental health professional, a behavioral health clinician. And so I do counseling, I do coaching with a vast of populations. Okay. So I'm going to keep that short tonight. So, the things that I share on this channel, it is about helping you live with intention, finding meaning in life, living a more purposeful life, not just letting life just happen to you. And a lot of times we do that when we come out of traumatic experiences. We was behind or feel like we was behind for so long, or we took a back seat in our life for different reasons. Somebody might have done something to us. And now you are reclaiming your life. You're actually maybe trying to find who you are, what your purpose is. Maybe you're dealing with a identity crisis. And so I have so much wisdom that I share on this channel, so many interventions to help you in that area, even with finding your passion and your purpose. I'm a life purpose coach, right? Things that I have done in my own life that gave me a sense of meaning and purpose in life. And it caused me to find out doing my own discovery, what I'm here for, what I'm called to do. And one of those things is to serve other people and help other people do the same thing. Find purpose and meaning in life, heal emotionally and mentally, so you can live your authentic self, so you can discover who you are and walk in it and live in it. That's what I'm here to help you do. I'm also the founder of Get Your Life Back Academy. If you go on there, I have courses and programs, and I have some wonderful books, some I'll say self-help books, personal development books that help you. Okay. And a number of things. I have some masterclasses, and I have some masterclasses right here on the tube. So I'm asking you to subscribe. I'm asking you to hit the bell. I'm asking you to comment. I'm asking you to like. And I'm asking you to share, because even if you feel like you don't need this, somebody else may need it. Somebody else that may need all of the type of content I share on my channel. Get Your Life Back with Cheryl podcast. I'm so glad you stopped by, and I hope you come back soon. Be blessed, everybody. Stay tuned, because I'm coming back with something else, okay? All right now. Part 2.